Hey there, Melissa, and welcome back to my channel and my Boy Friday series. So, the Boy Friday is all about scrapping boys, doing masculine pages, and making sure that the boys and men in your life get scrapped, because I find with Sam, he doesn't so much because I have 3 daughters, and then there's myself as well. And I like girly things, and I find that I gravitate towards the girly things, and I don't really do enough for him. So, Boy Friday is about making an effort to getting his stories recorded. So I'm using traveler's notebooks that I make myself. Here's another one. This is my one, but this one I made out of Pink Fresh Out and About, and I've just put this tag on the front with Sam Stories 2019. And I was having a bit of trouble deciding where to start with their stories, but the reason I've got traveler's notebooks is because the 12 by 12 layouts are taking up too much room, and not all of their stories need a full 12 by 12 layout. So with this one, we had a school disco last week, and so I took these photos of Sam. He was the DJ, and he actually let me take the photos and didn't be silly. And then I was in his bedroom, and I found this list of songs that he'd written for the disco, and I thought I really should be using this like a piece of memorabilia. And putting it in his scrapbook in some way. So I don't know yet how we'll do this, but definitely cut it down and use it, and then put the photos in. So I'm not sure what product I'm using yet. I may use Out and About, or I may try and use my August hip kit because I need to get it used up, but that's my plan. What I was saying before about starting the Traveler's Notebook was I was getting into this not a funk, just I wasn't starting to scrap their memories in the Traveller's Notebooks because I didn't know where to start. I didn't know whether to start at the beginning of August, halfway through the year, but I just decided I just need to start. And so with Sam, because he's nearly 13, I don't have as many photos of him at the moment, probably because he does stuff when I'm not there. It's easier to get photos of the smaller girls because I'm with them. And so I just thought, let's just make a start with the photo from last week and go from there. So from now on, whenever I take photos and want to scrapbook them, I'll have to make a decision about whether I do a 12 by 12 or do it in this Traveller's Notebook. So that is my plan. Let's get started. Okay, so I decided to use my August hip kit because I'm nearing the end of it. Some of these papers from Maggie Holmes Heritage, like that blue one there on the right, I'd used the pink side of it, but not so much the blue side. So I have mostly scraps left, and doing a Traveller's Notebook spread is a great way to use up scraps. Now, I'll be honest, I am still struggling with Traveller's Notebooks. I don't know if it's the smaller size or having 2 pages, even though they're joined in the middle. It's still 2 pages. It's probably the bigger size. I still definitely do struggle with my composition, I guess, or making decisions on what I'm going to do, or even coming up with an idea. So I'm probably going to use some sketches in the future to help me along. I have made I think 2 full Traveller's Notebooks before, but now that I've got one for each child, I'm really having to work hard at coming up with ideas on how to scrap these photos, especially the smaller ones. And one thing I'd like to do is learn how to print my photo at the size of a full page. So back to this, with that little piece of paper that he'd written on, I did think about using it like a piece of pattern paper, but I didn't want to cover any of it because it did have the whole song list on it, and I thought that in the future that might be quite interesting for him to look back at. So I'm going to fold it, and I decided to make a little pocket. So I'm using that blue, I don't know what the pattern is on there, it's like a sunburst pattern. And then I had this piece of Vicky Boughton, it's that beautiful honeycomb piece, and I had the branding strip, which is the B side, and it's that really dark navy with lines on it. And so I like the way they look together, and I've just torn the edge, and I'm just sticking that down as a little ball. Okay, I was interrupted by the man himself. He was a bit concerned about me scrapping this, but he was cool in the end. So here I'm just making my pocket. I did think about machine stitching, but I was a bit lazy and I didn't. Probably should have. And if you are going to machine stitch, you'll do it like a fake machine stitch. You'll stitch the paper and then still adhere it down as normal. So there is that little piece of paper, and it's got, I think it says Songs for Disco. Yeah, Songs for Disco, and I love the way I've folded it, that I can see exactly what it's for. So now I'm just using some other scraps. I had to laugh as I was making this. I was watching Laura Alberts, who is taking a scenic route. Anyway, she was working on one of her pages using a couple of boy collections. I think it's her How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. And as I was cutting this paper with the hearts, she mentioned that she didn't put hearts on her boy layouts. But I had a laugh because I'm actually the same. I don't go overboard with hearts on his layouts, especially now that he's older. If I'm doing older photos, like baby photos, then sure. But I'm just very aware that as they get older, and I can't remember what Laura's reason was, but my reason is because when he looks through as a near teenager, I don't want him to see, like, I don't know, I hope this makes sense. Not too lovey-dovey, not too over the top. I more want to make it cool, if that makes sense, because I want him to have pride in the fact that I have made these little albums for him, and I want him to look back at the memories and see that I have made an effort to make it relevant for him when it comes to embellishment. Now, is he going to look at the page in that much detail? I don't know. But that's my way, I guess, of making an effort and making it work for him. So here I wanted to bring up some of that paper just to have some continuity. So I've tucked it under that torn piece, and I'm loving how that looks. And then I'm just going to tuck these two photos in on an angle. And originally I thought about keeping them in the little strip before I trim them apart, but I love having a white border so much. So yeah, this is, I think I said at the beginning, that he loves being the DJ, and I think it's because he doesn't have to dance if he's a DJ. He is the oldest boy at school at the moment. He's the only year 8 boy. When they're year 9, they go to high school. So his friends are mostly year 7, but that's cool. They're good friends. Now, back to this. So this is a piece of the chipboard from the Pink Fresh Office Hours collection, and I'll be honest, having a little bit of a hard time making it work in this kit, but because the disco was at school, I thought we can make this work and get some of these school kind of elements, and I thought these pins were quite cool, actually, having them as if they are pinning the photos to that piece of paper. I've found with all of these pieces, when I pull the backing off, it pulls off more, like it pulls off several layers of the chipboard, but that didn't matter in this instance because I don't want a whole lot of chipboard in a Traveller's Notebook spread anyway, because I'm trying to keep dimension to a minimum. And actually that might be why I struggle a little bit with my Traveller's Notebook spreads. And like, you may look at my Traveller's Notebook spreads in Instagram, or I think I've done a few on here, and think, oh, why is she saying she's struggling? They come together okay, or they, capture the photo, the memory. But I just want to be honest with you, because not everything in scrapbooking is easy. And I've always said it has to be fun, which it is. But the more I do these, the more I'm enjoying them, and I really get into the flow of them. So these are from Pretty Little Studio. They're from Kim Watson's I think it is, yeah, her, what's it called, Indian Summer Collection. It is amazingly gorgeous, and I think I might have to get Christina from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club to make me a kit from it. And I just love these translucent sort of artsy pieces that you can layer under elements or under photos, and they totally look like you've done that watercolour effect yourself. So that's fun. So here we have a stamping mishap. Well, not a mishap, accident, not a happy one. I have been finding if I put a piece of craft foam underneath my stamping, it really helps my stamping. But in this instance on camera, it did not. So I just put some more stays on. It's probably because I didn't put enough ink on and I haven't used that ink pad for a while. And yes, Lara, if you're watching this, I have been stamping. In fact, I have a couple of colours of inks that I need to get from you. surprise, surprise, one of them is purple. Anyway, that's digressing. But yeah, I've been stamping quite a lot because the hip kit came with a stamp set and I love it. And I've made a real effort to stamp on my pages and in my Traveller's Notebook spreads this month. So here I'm adding my journaling about him being the DJ and about him spending quite a lot of time on that list of songs. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty good there with today's story is what that stamp says. And then I had wanted to use the Rose Gold or Gold Yes from the Paige Evans Truly Grateful collection, but it didn't work, but the blue puffy enamely one did. So then I've added another star, and my final touch is to use this Close to My Heart in Carolina blue ink, and I just put the word fun. So that is my little project for today for Boy Friday. I hope you're enjoying these. Thank you for your comments. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll see you again for this series next Friday. Take care.